Thanks for joining us this morning. You're watching the Tennessee Valley this morning, and appreciate you joining us today. It's going to be a beautiful day. Cheryl just mentioned before the break that we may get close to a record high today. Right now it's 55 and headed toward the low to mid 80s. And it's just one of those wonderful fall days when you just want to enjoy the sunshine and the beautiful weather. We're back with a very special guest, friend of yours.
A very good friend of mine, Tony Dietz. I've known Tony for a very long time. Actually started with another recycling company, and he works very closely with Waste Services, which is an affiliate of Santec. And Tony has begun a new venture in his life with a partner, and it's called Green Stream Recycling.
Oh.
And this is a new facility that's located here in Cleveland off of South Lee Highway, and he's getting the doors open for business, and I just thought it would be a great opportunity for Tony to come in and tell us how we as citizens can benefit from this wonderful new business.
Of course. Yeah, we're just glad to have you, Tony. Thanks for coming in. Green Stream, I like the name.
I know, he's got a great logo, and he designed it himself. I'm very jealous. I'm very jealous.
Let's talk about, first of all, starting a business. You know, this is a bad economy. Some people say we are still in a recession, so some might say that this is not the best time to start a new business venture, but you ventured out and did. What was the deciding factor for you?
Well, the deciding factor was the simple fact that there was an opportunity in the area to provide a higher level of service, and what better time than in a bad economy to actually get in when things are down. And, the opportunity is great. So that's what we decided to do. We took advantage of the down economy, the down pricing with all the materials and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And we thought if we started slow, it would just eventually it would turn around.
Yeah. Talk about the benefits. I know we were talking before the show, some people are just really committed to recycling. You either do or you don't. I mean, some people are really committed to it. I like to recycle. But what sets your company apart? You said you wanted to take advantage of certain areas and take it to another level. What do you mean by that?
We pretty much want to provide a one-stop shop for recycling for manufacturers, commercial accounts, things like that, where instead of having multitudes of different vendors to take one grade of this and one grade of that, we wanted to provide a one-stop shop where they could do all of it with one company, make it simple, and from there, simply just, like I said, just make it an easy.
Now, do you target mostly businesses and industry, or do you also?
Yes, to begin with, that's what we targeted.
Okay.
Going forward, more than likely, we'll probably target the consumer, local consumer. We don't have all those plans in place yet, but that's where we're going in the future.
Yeah.
And tell us where you're located, Tony.
We're located just off of South Lee Highway on Elliston Drive. Yeah. And that's off of, just off Elliston Drive, close to South Lee Highway.
Yeah, close to the racetrack.
Yes.
In that area.
Yeah, around the Speedway across from TVA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have another facility up in Athens, Tennessee, where we do a lot of our warehousing.
Okay. The benefits of recycling. Why should I get interested in about recycling paper or glass or anything like that?
From a consumer standpoint?
Yes. Sell us on recycling. Why is it important?
Well, it's important because of the fact that it costs a lot less money to reprocess a piece of plastic as it is to buy the virgin ingredients to be able to make that plastic if you can get it recycled. Same way with aluminum, especially aluminum. If you can get that recycled back into the stream, it's much cheaper to process that than it is to actually extrude new aluminum.
Plus, we're keeping that stuff out of the landfill,
absolutely.
That's a given. I mean, and my company's in the landfill management business, but we do take the time at the landfill to sort and separate. We ask residents if they'll take the time to sort and separate their materials. They don't have to pay to get rid of those waste streams. And then what we do is once we have enough waste, we take it to Tony.
Well, it's a win-win because landfills are expensive.
Yes, they are.
They're expensive to develop. Of course, you got to buy the land, and it's a long range financial
Yeah, I mean,
obligation.
a modern landfill that protects the groundwater is about $250,000 an acre.
An acre.
An acre. So it's very expensive technology. So if we can take the time to sort and separate and take materials to people like Tony, then we're doing a good thing for the environment.
So we lengthen the life of our landfill, which I think right now the county landfill is about 60 years.
That's
is
correct.
that right? We still
Yeah.
have about that much left. So that's a good thing. And the more you take to Tony, the longer you expand the life of the landfill, which means it saves you tax dollars.
Right.
So it's a win-win for everybody. What type of materials do you take?
We take just about all grades of paper, and also all grades of plastic, which is kind of unique. There's not very many people that will take all these different grades of plastics because there's so many of them.
Oh, there is.
With the recycling logos that go from 1 through 7.
Right.
How do you manage all of those? But we target all grades of paper and plastic, but we also do a little bit of scrap metal. We do that mostly for our customers that are asking us so they can get it into that one-stop shop type idea. So that's.
Does it have to be all sorted and separated out like that used to be the case? I know.
In some cases, yes. It's a benefit to the customer if they do that. If they do the labor if they do the separation at the point that it's occurring, it generates more revenue for the customer. If they decide not to, that can still be accepted, but the rebates are not near as, you've got to cover your cost of labor.
And he's made a significant capital investment into this community, and that's one thing that I really, I'm very thankful for Tony to do that, especially like you said, it's a down economy right now, and he's sunk a lot of money into this community with the hopes that Greenstream Recycling will be very successful.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Well, we wish you the very best. I read somewhere recently, in fact, looking at recycling, that it's really amazing just recycling something as simple as a newspaper. Like a week's worth of newspapers saves so many trees. That's just amazing. You don't have to cut a tree down if you recycle your newspaper.
You just repulp it back up.
Yeah, it's just amazing. And we have a facility right here in, right across the river in McMinn County, Bowater, that uses a lot of recycled paper for newsprint. So they're readily outlets, good outlets for the recycled product. What do you do with the aluminum and things like that, and the glass?
Currently, we're not accepting glass because the market, it's very difficult to move that, and there's only a handful of places that are looking for glass, and then if they do accept it, then they want it in the various different colors and grades and so on. So we currently aren't accepting glass, but it is something that we're looking forward in the future. If we can find a market to be able to take that, we're going to take that. It's tough.
And what type of aluminum do you? Aluminum is aluminum, but I mean, cans or sheet aluminum or all of the above, or what do you take?
Yeah, most post-consumer aluminum, I guess you would say.
Most
I mean,
of it.
we're not looking for aluminum wheels or anything like that. I mean, and aluminum is just a very small part of our business because a lot of people take their aluminum and they sell it themselves. So, I mean, they could sell it to us as well, but in most cases, they can sell it direct to an aluminum recycler and get a better revenue for it.
I see. Wow, it sounds like you've really thought this out. And do you pick it up, or do you ask people, the industry, to bring it to you? Or?
We do pick it up. We've
You
got
do?
a full fleet of trucks.
Wow, so you have made a big investment.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes, we have.
What about, do you see a future for curbside recycling in a community like Bradley County?
Ooh, that's a loaded question.
Okay, let's see if we can get a good answer.
I think that's really based on the residents of the
Okay.
city. I think it's up to them.
Yeah.
If they want it badly enough, it'll happen.
Yeah.
And what he's saying there is, if people are willing to pay to have recycling at the curb, then it will happen. But most people think with their pocketbooks, and because there's a
you're
cost associated with providing that service at a time when times are tough, they
Right.
think, well, no, we don't want to do that. And the city had the opportunity several years ago to do that and chose not to.
And it was, I guess, a financial decision
Yes.
on their part, because the cost of personnel, insurance, trucks, all of that, they couldn't recover their costs, is what I understood. They couldn't recover the costs when they sell the material. So it has to be a commitment.
Yeah.
on the
Absolutely.
part of the people who want to protect the environment. And we really do protect the environment when we recycle.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a great investment. Well, do you have a website?
We do have one. It's not up and running as of yet, but we
Okay.
do have one.
Okay. Well, what will it be when you get it up and running?
It'll be greenstreamrecycling.com.
That's easy enough.
Yeah.
Greenstreamrecycling.com. And if someone wants to get a hold of you now, they're interested in your services, how do they do that?
Simply call us 423-476-2320.
And they could probably find your phone number by just Googling Green Stream Recycling, Cleveland,
Yes.
Tennessee. And
Absolutely.
easy enough to find. Well, it's great to have a company like this in Cleveland and Bradley County, and glad to know that that service is there.
Thank
Tony,
you.
it's good to have you on the show today.
It's good to be here.
Sorry you had to
Thank
get up so early.
Yeah, me too, but hey.
Maybe
We'll take a nap now.
Maybe we'll move the morning show to the evening next time. I don't know. We have to take a break. We have State Representative Kevin Brooks is standing by in the studio and causing all kinds of trouble over there behind the camera. But we'll try to straighten him out during the break and get him on the air and find out what's going on in Nashville. Please stay with us.